Hi, welcome to Sakshi, Mana Sakshi. Advance happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all NRI viewers and Vinayaka Chauthi Subhakankshalu మా తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులకి. Welcome to Fun Factor Show. Before entering to our show, let me tell you a small story. A 3-year boy celebrating his birthday, which includes lot of gifts. And in that, there are two precious gifts, which includes like one piggy bank and also $10 in one pouch. So his dad suggested that small boy to save that $10 money in a piggy bank. From that time, in his complete entire life, he started about the saving of the money and investments when he grown up. So his dad taught him how to invest and how to save our money. In the same way, let me relate this story to Sakshi viewers like the Sakshi viewers, including me, we are child, and the dad who is our guest here, who will suggest us what to do with our money and what's the investments and what is the savings. So let's welcome our guest, Chinni Garu. Hi Chinni Garu, how are you?
Good, Preethi. How are you doing? Namaste to all the TV viewers.
Namaste. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, Chinni Garu.
Thank you, and wish you the same, Preethi.
Thank you.
And of course, all the viewers.
Thank you. Let me tell something about you, Chinni Garu. So, Dr. V.R. Chinni, who is a financial coach and planning expert, he helps families protect their children, financial assets, and long-term planning while realizing their vision of success. Till date, he hosted more than 175 educational webinars and seminars across the USA, which is incredible and which is really something amazing. So welcome again to our show, Fun Factor, Chinni Garu.
Thank you, Preethi. Again, that's a good introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So with Chinni Garu today, we have one more our guest who is none other than Uday Garu. So let's welcome Uday Garu as one more guest. Hi Uday Garu, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, Uday Garu. So we Ganesh Chaturthi wishes to you and to your family. Thank you from the Sakshi team.
Yes, and
so let's
happy Ganesh Chaturthi
yeah.
to all the viewers, to you and their families too. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a small introduction about you, Udayji, to our Sakshi viewers. So Uday Yadhav, who has more than 3 decades of experience in leadership and service to his role of president for Nanban Foundation. It's not a simple task to maintain some foundation or to be a founder of one big foundation which is spreading like a wildfire. So welcome out to our show, Uday Garu.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, today we have our both of the guests with us, so we can shoot with a lot of questions related to investments or related to savings or anything else. So Chinni Garu, our first question is for you. So in this COVID time, we are protecting our lives by wearing small masks, and this is the protocol we are following day to day life. So in the same way, in this COVID time, so can you please suggest us what we need to follow? Yeah, I mean precautions. I mean investing in the money or like savings or regarding this part, like investment, saving or further things. So can you please suggest us how to protect our money in this COVID situation?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Preethi. You're right to jump into the great question. So as it is, like you mentioned, though, we are in a great crisis, and this the COVID-19 is a pandemic that we've been facing since months. This is not a small thing. This is an absolutely a life situation for any individual, any family in the whole world. So the crisis is in our hands. Small businesses, big businesses, are actually seeing so many ups and downs here. They may actually close down the road. We're not really sure. Some companies may go bankruptcy, and we may actually lose jobs. There may be more layoffs. You know what, Preethi? So I'm just actually watching on a television a couple of days ago. Even the universities and colleges, because all the schools and universities and colleges are actually going remote. So they're actually planning to do an employee reduction or layoffs. So there's going to be so much is happening in this world, thinking that, we are home, we are safe, yes, you are right, we are wearing masks to survive, we are, following the precautions to make our lives, go further down. But that's going to be a different topic though, Preethi. How are we doing? What are we doing to take care of our lives and our, people around us? That's a different topic. Now, this evening's topic is, that's you, your funds, and COVID-19. You as a family, what as you actually, there are so many things that we, as a family, we take care of, right? There are so many things in terms of the finances. Now you're asking me, okay, are there any precautions or anything that we can actually take during this COVID-19? Yes, it's going to be episodes, these Telugu, the serials episodes go for years and, months and months. We may actually need to take that out. I don't think actually we can finish it in one show, but we're going to start with basics. How about that, Preethi? We'll start with basics. Yeah. Can we do that?
Absolutely, Chinni. What you said is, yes, we can plan according to that. We can go with the basics. So can you please explain about the basics, what we need to follow in this COVID-19 situation, Chinni?
Yeah. So now when we really talking about, okay, what do we need to take care? Okay, first of all, what do we have? Okay, you are an individual and you have a family, you have children, right? So you is a family. That means when you're really talking about a family, you have so much of responsibilities and you have so much of obligations. You may ask those questions, what is responsibility, what is obligation? They may kind of come together, right? So as a family, you have some things, right? In order for these responsibilities, obligations to satisfy through in the life journey of your financial life, you need to manage something, which is the so-called the fund, the money in plain language. We got to make money and we got to save money, right? After spending money, and we got to make that saved up money into a bigger thing. Okay, that's a norm now. Now, looking at this COVID-19 situation, there is an extra challenge on top of us. Everybody's actually doing this, the money investments in stock markets or in real estate, in different segments of investments. Every industry is actually, almost every segment is actually looking back. Okay, let us see how this COVID-19 is going to take us. I've seen so many families actually holding the cash in their hands because they're concerned about, whether they put in the stock market, they may lose money. They already lose money, some money. Luckily the market is actually came back again. I'm not into that markets anyway. So people are actually wanting to do the real estate. They're still waiting on this, how the markets is. So how do we actually do these things is the question, right? So now in this evening, what we actually came out with a 360-degree view of your financial life. So when you actually make the two separate things, 180 degrees is the one that I'm going to be talking about. And the other 180 degrees is what I is going to talk about. How about that?
Okay.
So to see it, now you tell me which 180 degrees that you wanted to talk about.
No. What we can discuss is the both. So I need to take, you want to take the initiative to take, like, first we'll go with 180 degrees or we will go with the 360 degrees, because as viewers, we don't know which step we need to take first. So we are relying on you, Chinni. So we are waiting for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Chinni, it's important to know about the protection first. That is very, very important in this time. So let's begin with Mr. Chinni to go.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Uday. Thanks for pushing me forward.
You're bringing
they just solved our problem.
Awesome.
You're bringing really good points there too.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. So now when you're really talking about, this is what I tell to the families, usually when you have a family, a full-fledged family. When I say a family is a wife and husband and have a child or two and optionally own a house. That's what I call it as an atypical family in any example. If you have a family, you have some responsibilities and you have some obligations. Preethi, I don't want to put you in a situation. If you just name one responsibility as a family, and if you name one obligation that as a family, that'll be okay. Or otherwise, I'll move forward. Can you say what is the one responsibility for a family?
Responsibility of a family means, first of all, we need to protect our family. if anything, like for example, if we are there in the family, or sometimes if, for example, if it will not happen to every family, if something bad happens also in our absence also, our family should be safe. How can the family should be safe? In the sense, based on the funds, based on the
Yes.
insurances. So main responsibility for a family, as a family household, means we need to take care them even in our absence too.
Bullseye, Preeti, bullseye. I like that.
Mhm.
That's absolutely what it is. Now, okay, I may ask you, okay, name one obligation that a family has.
Maybe if you say the obligation, it will be good. We have a lot of obligations from the family side, but through the investments, if you get from your side, it will be good,
There,
Chinni.
there you
Yes.
go. Perfect. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Smart response. I would say it's a smart response. Very good. Okay. Now, when we're really talking about a typical family, you have some responsibility. Like you have
Uh-huh.
children and you have a
Mm-hmm.
family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually we actually, when you have children, it's our responsibility to nurture them, make them as a responsible citizen. That's one of those, in general. But in terms of the finances, in terms of the finances, you need to make sure that, okay, you are, as a parent, right? As a parent, you need to make sure that your child get well educated. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big journey. And then that's one thing. And also what you wanted to see is when you are young, yes, we work and we actually make money, we make things happen. But when we retire, so what's going to happen? When we retire, the money is actually, without we working, money should come to us, right? That means you need to have a plan. So these are, as a family, these are the two responsibilities you have. One is to take care of your children, see what actually, where they want to do, where do you want them to actually get them educated and whatnot. It's called a college savings. You need to, start saving for college. Second thing is retirement. It's a huge thing, but it's far away because we are so young, as it is, but it's far away to go, one would think, but it just comes just like that. So that means we need to plan for, if you have a children, you need to plan for children's for college education financially, and then for retirement. Those are the two really important things. And before to that, there is like Uday ji mentioned, a protection is very important. Now I'm going to tell you one thing here. I'm going to repeat this one 2 times, just for the sake of it. To survive, this is COVID-19, right? In COVID-19, to survive, we are wearing masks, right? And we are washing our hands. And well, at least the CDC saying, I don't know how many are actually washing their hands frequently, but I'm just saying, right? So we are taking precautions to actually make these things happen. But now in the financial world, it is important to make money, right? To survive. It is important to make money. But at the same time, it is very important to protect whatever you have before you make a brand new money. Did you get that? You have a $1,000. Yeah, if you go work and you make $1,000 more, but you have this $1,000 sitting in your bank, you cannot just leave that $1,000 on the table or somewhere in your front yard or backyard. You need to protect that $1,000 and then go and make $1,000 more. So that means it is very important to protect whatever you have before you make a brand new money. So what do you have as a family? You have children and you have your family, right? So for those things to actually make these things happen, you need to have an estate planning, the so-called estate planning in this country. You may have actually heard about, these, the legal, documents, Preethi, the will, the trust, the medical power of attorney, living trust, and all the kind of documents. They all comprise of, estate planning. So this is what I would say, when you're really actually wanting to actually go and then plan for yourself as a family in terms of, in protecting what you have, is estate planning. How many families have actually has this estate planning, established? When you're really talking about across the country, United States, over 60% of Americans did not have this plan executed. So it's very important. So the whole country is kind of a little behind. And when you're really coming back to Asian and Asian American, this community, over 90% did not have this.
Can I say something?
Making money.
I am part of 90%, Chinni, so I need your help.
So
That's really something interesting, Uday garu. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, this is awesome. Thank you, Uday. Definitely, we'll definitely make that happen. This is the whole idea about Sakshi TV is actually inviting us to share these information to all the viewers, so that they can learn, they can educate themselves, they understand what is the importance, what is the first one they should do it, and then go protect their families first before you start making brand new money. What are you going to do? And during COVID-19, you don't know when you are going to go away.
Yes.
Nobody
Chinni
knows.
garu, before going to this estate planning and will and trust is a really good topic to go with us. Before going to the estate planning, we have one question to the Uday garu. Like Uday garu, you're the founder for the Kanban Foundation. It's not a small task to be a founder for some organizations or some foundations. So, can you please explain us about your foundation and with what motivation you established and what you are doing with this Kanban Foundation, Uday garu?
Oh man, once you get me started on this topic,
Uh-huh.
it will be hard for me to stop. Let me begin with a story. I
Sure.
can 100% relate with what Chinigaru is saying. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I came to this country, and we, just like many of us, we do have humble beginnings. We come here and then work hard, but there is no school or nobody comes to you and tells you how to protect your money or how to save money. And once you save, if you have some savings, and I come across many people, I know some millionaires, they have sitting those money in their banks and they don't know what to do with it, and they are afraid to put it as Chiniguru was saying. They just put it in the bank. They if they give it to someone, they might lose it. If they start investing, they might lose it, right? And so, to tell you the story, I had some of money sitting in my bank account, and just like all of us, we go to some Indian functions or some celebrations where we meet our friends and we discuss ideas with each other. I met with one of the friend, and that's where the Nanban Foundation is coming from. Nanban means
Mm-hmm.
true friend in Tamil. So Chiniguru, what's the name for in the Telugu? I'm not sure. A true friend. Is there some word for it?
స్నేహితుడు ఫ్రెండ్ మీన్స్ స్నేహితుడు ఇన్ తెలుగు ఉదయ్ గారు స్నేహితుడు మీన్స్ నమ్మకస్తమైన ఐ మీన్ నమ్మకమైన స్నేహితుడు ట్రూ ఫ్రెండ్
Oh, okay.
యా we can find some more meanings also.
Okay. So just like a good friend, I had one good friend called GK, and he showed me these strategies, and I have been implementing those strategies, and then now I have a peace of mind. All my worries are gone away, and that's how we decided to bring it to the next level. We want to share this knowledge with everybody, and that's where the Nanban Foundation was started. I'm one of the founding members of the foundation,
Mhm.
but our seed is really GK. Me, Mani, and Shakti. We are three people who are the ones who are nurturing that seed to make it a bigger tree. And so that's where it is spreading like a wildfire within our communities. People are talking about it. So through Nanban Foundation, we do measure 4 areas. First one is women empowerment. We give, we teach people how and teach women how to make the candles. Then we teach them tailoring so that they can feed their families. That's one thing. Second thing is the rural development, and we are doing water harvesting. I'm proud to tell you that we are taking on a project to restore India's longest irrigation system, irrigation canal. We have a 12-kilometer canal, and we are starting in September, we are taking a project to restore. There also, we are going to help families to, it will help the rural areas, farmers to feed their families, right? And the third one is a food kitchen. As a foundation, we are right now, people are really suffering because of the COVID, and we are feeding about 70 families uh, in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka. About 70 cities we already have centers where we are feeding people. But what our major goal is to give the financial education to people. And that's where the Nanban Foundation is. We teach people, give them the financial education. So we go through, it's one of a kind in the world. And people come to our seminars, they say there has to be some catch. So they go through entire seminar looking for what's the catch. They are trying to get something. And at the end, even today, I received one message saying that I cannot believe this kind of quality education, one of a kind education, you are giving it for free. And he was saying, I was looking for that catch, that you are trying to get something from us. And so we are going to touch a lot of people's lives, and we are going to touch a lot of families.
That's really awesome, Uday Garu. Like everybody will help people in day-to-day life. With it can be a small help or it can be a big help, but really this is a kudos to you and your friends. Like you came up with small idea and you maintained that idea and you're developing that idea and you became like you started with a good foundation now and you're implementing all. I mean, women empowerment. So women empowerment is not a small word and it's not a small task. And also the agriculture, everything. So really, it's I mean, we are appreciating from the Sakshi viewers, and you're that Nanban Foundation is something a role model to all of the people to come up with good ideas, and with like a Nanban friendship, true friendship. We are true friends. That's really exciting and interesting, Uday Garu.
That's how we look
Chinni
at
Garu.
everybody who comes to foundation for whoever we are helping. We are not helping. We are trying to empower them. Every single person is a Nanban to us. And we're trying to create a generational impact. When we give a water to farmer, not just him, but his coming generations are going to be touched. Same with this financial education. I'm teaching my son, my daughter. And so we are creating a generational impact.
That's absolutely true, Garu. I mean, every generation should learn this. It should not be stuck up with one generation. It should be like a moral to all the generations. We all need to follow this type of things. We need to help the others by making some foundations, whether it can be a small help or it can be a big help. So, but help is must in these foundations. Thank you, Uday Garu. So, Chinni Garu, you told about a lot of things like estate planning, everything. So, Chinni Garu, we have like one doubt. If you are earning like $5,000 a month, yes, as per your thing, we can spend like $3,000 to our purposes, and like $2,000 we can like prioritize like 500 to health insurance and some amount to college planning or something else. If we are getting very less amount and if we are in a less budget, how to prioritize the things, whether it can be the insurance to the college and also it can be home insurance. A lot of insurances will be there, lot of investments will be there. So how a normal people can prioritize all these investments and savings? How to balance this? Can you please explain to us, Chinni Garu?
Yeah, that's pretty good question. Even though this won't directly apply to our community people, the reason why I say is we have loads of money. So we have loads and loads of money, and our culture and tradition also says that we are not our culture is not like living on a paycheck to paycheck. We believe in savings. Yes. That's why we have loads of money bank accounts. That's nothing wrong in it. It's actually it's really working out during COVID-19. Look at what's going to happen tomorrow. Already so many jobs are gone, and these communities who are actually living on a paycheck to paycheck, everybody's going to be on the roads. But you may not see us like us, because we believe in our parents and generations taught us to the importance of saving money on the money that you saved. So that's but this is a very good question though, even though, we are in a situation that we are always a kind of a challenge or a struggle with the prioritize this. It's a very valid question. Not that I'm saying, but in general, I'm saying, we have loads of money. So now coming back to this, your question is a very valid question. So based on what is, first of all, you need to kind of write a kind of, you call it as a roadmap of your family. Okay, of your financial family. Okay, as a family, you may have a different things. Okay, every year I want to go to vacation. Every year I want to go to India, and every year, every other quarter I wanted to take 2 days off. That's different. But in your financial life, you need to have a roadmap. So that's what I was actually calling it as a responsibilities, obligations. What kind of responsibilities you have, what kind of obligations you have. And coming to the answer to your question is, I'll give you a quick example so you know how you can actually plan it out. When you're really talking about two things, responsibilities, you have a college for your children, savings for college education, and you have for retirement, right? So, and you have only limited money, let's say in that example, but where do I save it? Do I need to save it in college? Do I need to save it in, retirement? If you don't talk to anyone, you talk to yourself. That's one logic. That means which one comes faster or first, Preethi? College comes first or retirement comes first?
Mm-hmm. First of all, we'll go with the college. Retirement will be the last thing.
Yeah, last one. So now you have this much money because the college comes first. You need to be prepared for the college. That's a simple logic. If you're talking to yourself, not talking to financial professional. See, sometimes, we are, most of the times we not tend to go to the financial professional, so thinking that, I don't know, there are so many things, right? You need to find time, you need to have a consistency, you need to find the right professional, all kind of stuff, right? So, but if you're talking to yourself, you kind of decide, okay, what is the one I'm reaching sooner? That means I'm going to get to my daughter is going to get to college first before I retire. So you plan for that first, how much money you want to set it out. And then you plan for the second one. Or the so-called, in the investment world, they call it the diversification, right? It's not exactly diversification. If you have $1,000, you put, the one that you're reaching early, which is, out of $1,000, you put $700 or $600 to your college, and then put that other $300 or $400 to your retirement. So you need to kind of balance it. But if you talk to a professional, then they are going, you see, I work like with a big picture. I don't work with a small picture. Oh, I need this. No, you need to tell me about the whole thing. Like if you go to a doctor, you're not going to hide something, right? You're going to tell everything. I have this pain. This is what I get. I cannot sleep in the night. So you got to hold the picture. Similar way in the financial world also, you need to actually have the bigger plan. Then based on that, you may actually plan such that retirement is more prioritized for you. We don't know. So we got to go through that. But in simple logic, Preethi, yeah, the one that is coming faster or sooner is the one that you want to plan for it.
Chinni, yes, when everybody will think that they need to save some amount, but there will be a lot of confusion as what we need to prioritize. If we are like the kids are there and we have some, in years we have some healthy, without health issues also we'll plan for some health insurance. So college thing, everything. But the suggestion, what you gave to prioritize the things is really good. And it helps us a lot without knowing to us. We will think we don't know how to prioritize. That's why sometimes savings will not happen in a correct procedure. If you prioritize the things, what way to save and what's the time to save, to which insurance, to which domain we need to save means, then it will be the right decision. Every person can think, every person can take decisions on their investments, including to savings. So really really thanks for this.
Absolutely. So, but I'm going to give you a benchmark for you here. A lot of families, you said confused, right? What to save, how much to save. I'm going to give you a benchmark to this and to all the viewers. If the baby is born today,
okay,
the baby is born today, Ganesh Chaturthi day, okay? So the parents of the baby has 18 years to save money for the baby's college. Is that right or not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 18 years. So now the so-called parents just had a baby. They're so excited. They're so wanting to plan for it. They want to find out. They want to make sure that they have enough money for the baby's college in 18 years. Then they went to the so-called the specialist, maybe like me. so what is so they're asking, Sergi, we just had a baby, we just wanted to plan, for my baby's college education. First thing is first what the kind of for me, I said, hey, congratulations, you got a baby, good job. Okay, it's a good addition to your family. But here is the thing. They asked, okay, only two questions, not too much. Okay, when should I start saving money for my baby's college? They have 18 years. Imagine that. Okay, and then how much I should start saving money? When should I start saving money? How much should I start saving money? Very simple statistics, all statistics. The expert, they kind of said was, this is good that okay, you're thinking today, your baby's born today, and then you came here to talk to me. This is very good, very important, appreciate it. You need to start saving money from today. Not after when your child becomes 5-year-old. Not after, when your child becomes 4-year-old. Today. Oh, they said, wow, we're glad that, we're here. Thank you so much. I think they appreciated each other, wife and the husband. Yeah, see, we're on the right time. And then the second question is, how much? Okay, how much? Then is it $10 per month, $20 per month, $100 per month? You want to have a kind of guess, Preethi, how much they should start saving money? Just wild guess.
Maybe I'm thinking they should start from $100 every month.
Very good. Some thought,
right?
Completely
my guess.
Earlier they start, the amount
some
is
money, right? Yeah, some money.
Earlier they start lesser money they can save.
Anything, yeah. It's like you said in the first question, people are kind of confusing, they have so much money, but where to put is the money is the question, right? So in those things, yeah, that's very important. Any money that you save is the money. But in these things, if you have 18 years to save money for your baby's college, and the statistics are saying you need to start saving money from today, $500 per month.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's really a huge amount, Chinni.
That's where we are. See, it's the reality. Who wanted to know about this reality? No, I don't want to. I want to party because my baby is born. Let me actually, plan for all the party. First day and then 21st day, 3 months and 6 months and 1 year. First birthday, grand, finale kind of thing. Wow. No. It's 18 years I was there to save, money for my baby's college. But as you grow, your child is growing first 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. What is happening now? It is becoming more money that you need to save than the $500 per month, right? If you wait for 2 years, it's $700 per month. So that's what the benchmark I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm going to have a couple of benchmarks. Okay, go ahead on with your questions. I will leave those benchmarks in the after maybe 10 minutes or so.
Sure. So I have one question to Uday Garu. Like in Fun Factor, people are talking more about like a consistent income. So what is this consistent income and what's like, how do we prioritize this? And can you please explain about this consistent income to our Sakshi viewers, Uday Garu?
Yes, and one of the consistent income we are talking, Chinni Guru was talking about making money and saving money. Once you save the money, we have this 501, isn't that the 501? Not 501.
You mean the retirement one?
My kids are graduate, you can tell.
Okay, you're talking about whether education or a retirement, 401k or 529?
529. I was talking about 529. I'm done with saving for them, so I forgot that. So thank you, appreciate that. So once you give, just like 529, once you earn money and put it in somewhere, you give it. You have to take the responsibility yourself. You have to take money. You have to take responsibility about your money yourself. Don't give it to others. There are financial planners or there are financial institutions, rather. If you give them money, what happens is they will make 15% this year. They will make 20% next year. But one of the times when the stock market crashes, they are making 3 or 4% every year. You give, say, for example, if you give them $100,000, the first thing they do is they take not 3%, but about 2% on an average out of that 100% as their fees. So your 2% is gone. and they promise you that they will make you 15%, 20%, 10% every year. Well, over the period of say 5 years, they made it 200,000. But once it becomes 200,000, one of the stock market correction happens. Say if it drops below 100,000, then, or if it drops back to 100,000, that's the 50% drop in your income. So if you have 100,000 or 200,000, drops to 100,000, it dropped by 50%. But to get back to 200 again, you are going to need 100% growth, another 5 years. So you make money, they will make money for you, and then it will drop, and then they will make you money, and then it will drop. Your net worth is not growing. So you have to learn to make a consistent money. And I have been giving my money to the financial advisors, and that's what has been happening. To give you an example, I gave $11,000 about 5 years ago, and my financial advisor put it in something called variable annuity. Guess what? Okay. Guess how much the value of that annuity is $12,000 after these many years. And so they are not growing. And so when I say consistent income, you have to learn it. It's your responsibility to learn how to make that consistent income and make 15 to 20% of 20% income, and keep it with you and don't pay in the fees. So that's what I mean by consistent income.
That's very, very powerful. Preethi, if I can add that to that, what I was saying. This is amazing. This is where the thing is, okay, this is what the world is. Okay, we have the money saved. Okay, we make money, we spend money, and then we save so much money. Okay, this is the benchmark. It's very, very powerful. Again, it's one more benchmark for you, Preethi. Free of a cost. Okay. So
hey, that's our trademark.
There you go. So this
free
is
of cost to my Sakshi viewers also. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. No cost for all the viewers. Yes. Today is a Ganesh Chaturthi special. So now, okay, here's the thing. No matter where you keep your money, that's the first thing. No matter where you keep your money, whether in the stock market, whether in real estate, whether in your savings account, or even under the mattress. Some families do put the money under the mattress, right? I'm just seriously saying it. No matter where you keep your money, you must make on an average or more than 5% on the money that you have saved. If you put it under the mattress, that's not making any extra eggs. If you put it in a savings account, that's not even going more than 1%. Okay, and what other channels you have? Stock markets, real estate, and so many things. So what Uday is actually kind of saying is strong is what Nanban Foundation's, the behind the energy objective is, hey, you have so many ways to make money. How are you making? What is your risk aptitude, right? Are you a risk taker? People, in stock markets, you make loads of money, like what they mentioned, 15, 20%, and the next year the money is down. And then up, and then down, and then up, and then down. You don't know what is going to happen. And that's exactly what happened in 2008. The families who have retired in 2008, even though they are contributing the monies all the years until 2008 for retirement, when the market is crashed, when they're about to the same year they had to retire, then guess what happened? So we all know, I don't have to tell you. So what Uday is actually kind of saying is that you have so many ways to invest, but you got to be smart enough to choose the one that is making consistent income. As a family, business is different. As a family, you cannot afford to lose money. because you have only so much limited time. That's what he was saying. If you make $100,000 and then next year you actually lost 50%, that means you're gone down. That means again you are back to $50,000. It's not only you are back, you got your money, but you lost 1 year. That means it's 12 months. In order for you to catch up the 1 month, and the next year you got to make 200%. See, that's what the thing is. So what Nanban's foundation objective is, they are educating. This is what fascinates me personally. They're educating each and every Nanban, the true friend, anybody, they can come, join, learn for free, and then go home, practice whatever they have learned. See, we go to meditation classes, we'll learn, we practice at home, right? We go to yoga classes, we learn and then come and then do the Surya Namaskara every morning. Right? That's exactly what Nanban Foundation is doing in the financial life world. Is that right?
I'm not aware of any other organization that does this kind of education for free. And that's why I was saying that you cannot use word free because it's our trademark.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your brief explanation on this consistent income. Even though consistent income is very small word, but the explanation what you both gave is really a big explanation. And we know, the technical word is consistent income, but we need to follow it in day-to-day life. That's what we came to know. And thanks a lot for this, Uday Garu and Chinni Garu. And one more thing, Chinni Garu, there is one small line gap between the savings and the investments. And we have little bit confusion. Savings means if we invest in something, we will get, if we do more, then we will keep it in our savings. Apart from that, savings means you can save, as you mentioned, they can save under the bed also. They can able to, they can keep it somewhere else in the bank accounts. They can keep it in the form of gold or something else. There is a small line between the investments and the savings. Can you please explain what is this investments and how to maintain our savings based on these investments, Chinni Garu?
Very good question, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good questions. Yeah, this is what I go always, with a simple analogies. Savings account is safe, right? That's why it's a savings account. That means it's not going to go anywhere. The money is money, but you want to make money. But you don't. That means you don't want to take any risks, right?
Yes.
That's what the kind of understanding of, because savings has that and investment has a risk factor in it. Okay, that's where I just wanted to say. Savings has no, factor. Your dollar is going to be there tomorrow, today, and the same dollars, and then you're going to, make very little, interest on top of it. So that's what I was saying. The benchmark. No matter where you keep your money, you must make more than 5%. Okay, are you making 5%? Are you actually meeting the benchmark by keeping the money in savings accounts or any safe places, not investments, safe places like savings accounts, CDs, or even, whatever those things you call as a safe. But I'll tell you what is safe. Remind me if I don't tell you, even the savings accounts is not also safe. Even the savings account is also not safe. Okay, you answer me later. Let me finish my, you asked me a question. Let me finish that first. Okay, savings.
Sure,
and investment is something that has two sides. It's a double-edged sword. You may make money. You may also lose money. Right? That's the thing. There is no such thing called that you make loads and loads of money. There is no such thing called that you can make loads and loads of money without going through risk. Period. That's it. A lot of people say, oh, I'm putting this money. Can you guarantee me? Oh, is there any guarantee for me too? Nobody gives you in the world. If they're giving you the guarantee, only two things. Generally, either it would be a savings account. That means you're not even beating the 5% benchmark, or it could be some kind of a fishy, scammy, whatever. You know those things. So there are a lot of things out there. The people, do the guarantee, get the guarantee, hear the guarantees, and then they put the money. And after 1 year, there's, not even there, nothing is there, right? So that's the kind of a thing. Now, what I wanted to say is, a lot of people are there. I help every day, so many families, that is there any guarantee for this? Okay, I'll tell you two things here, right? Our home is safe, right? And that, getting onto flight is a risk factor, right? You may, and even forget about the flight, getting onto the car and driving a couple of miles to get a gallon of milk Can you guarantee that you are going out driving couple of miles, okay, to get a gallon of milk, coming back? Can you guarantee that you are going to come back? Can anyone guarantee that?
Of course not.
There you go. See, right? That means to get a gallon of milk, we are risking our life. That's life. There is no guarantees in this world.
Yes,
Look
yeah.
at COVID-19.
But
Right?
Chinni Guru, yes, I was going to say that you can minimize the risk. You can minimize the risk. If you are going to get a gallon of milk, when you are going in the car, make sure you are wearing a seat belt. Just like that in life, you minimize it with life insurance or with risk protection. You might be, that's one of the vehicles for life protection. When we teach people the GK strategies, we teach them how to buy a insurance there too. And so that's how you lower your risk. And so,
yeah, that's a very good point. See, this is where the thing comes into picture, right? Risk mitigation. So every family, if you are responsible and you have some responsibilities and you have some obligations, we still didn't talk about obligations, right? So now one needs to cover that by having a life insurance. You mentioned that we do get health insurance, even though we are so young, we are healthy, but you still need to have a health insurance. It is required. Similar way, to protect your own family and to mitigate that risk, yes, you need to have a life insurance. A lot of people think, oh, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm awesome. I'm so different. So that's what the whole idea. So now coming back to this investment, right? But there is a risk. That means even though going out, get 1 gallon of milk is a risk factor, you need to apply the same thing to your money also, right? It's not only saving some, you got to get out, you got to make money. Okay, for that, like Uday said, you need to take some precautions. So a speculative or a kind of a gambling or whatever, they are the risk takers. There's nothing wrong in it. Because if you're so young, you have so much time to actually make money, they can take risk. But you need to kind of weigh on all this. That's what we say, you need to have a bigger picture. How old are you? What are your responsibilities? What are your obligations? What is your goal? So that way, you will actually having a seat belt or something, some extra, GPS, whatever it is, so that you don't get lost, kind of all these things, and then do invest and then make money.
Okay.
And then that money making has to be consistent. That is because as individuals, we cannot afford losing money. So that's a kind of a, difference between savings and, investment, Preethi. But yeah, tell me, I still have that, question in my mind. Savings account, it's no guarantee even in savings.
Yeah, I'm also concentrating only on your point rather than this difference, Chinni Garu. So I thought to ask the same question to Uday Garu. So Uday Garu, as Chinni Garu mentioned, even savings account is also not that much safer. And he also mentioned lot of risks, what will happen and everything. He told like risks is there. And he told, if you're going in the car, as we are wearing the seat belt, we need to take some protection for our savings also. So I want to know, like, can you give some strategies to our Sakshi viewers to increase our wealth creation, Uday Garu? Because Chinni Garu left us with a lot of confusion in our savings account. So can you help us, like, in wealth creation, about like some strategies in that, Uday Garu?
Yes, let me do one thing. And maybe I will request all the viewers to take a pen and pencil and write this concept. And I just want to give this as a gift. This is very simple, but not many people think about it, right? And I'm just going to use a whiteboard. And if you are not able to hear, just raise your hand or let me know so that I can speak up. And so for few minutes, I will speak up so that everybody can hear what I'm saying. So really, really internalize. This has lots and lots of concepts. And I'm telling you, this concept, GK, has been implementing it for as far as I know. And it took me, I had to pay $10,000 to get this simple concept. But when I got that, it just changes your complete view for the finances, right? It's a very simple picture, but it is my gift to all Sakshi viewers. So think about it. Any questions, just let me know. Any viewers, if you have any questions about this, just feel free to call and let us know, right? So here is the concept.
Sure,
Everybody has a lifestyle they want to live, and it's a different for everyone. Somebody wants to just simple life. Somebody wants to have big cars, big houses, whatever it is, right? And there is nothing right, nothing wrong. It's each person's individual choice. And so to live each lifestyle, for example, if I have to live a lifestyle, I want to have $10,000 generated every month.
Okay.
So you are now thinking, when I retire, how can I generate $10,000 a month and I don't have to worry about my future, so that I can maintain or live a better lifestyle, right? And so what I call, and this is the concept of, I'm going to give of a critical mass. And so you write that word as a critical mass, right? And so I'm telling you what the critical mass is. Is this viewable? Can you see
Yeah,
it?
it will be a little bit good if you write on the top of the board because sun rays is there.
Top of the board. Okay.
Yeah.
Then let me stand and
Yes, please.
well, looks like I was writing a foundation.
Okay.
So if you want to know about our foundation, just go to nanbanfoundation.org and do that. But is
Sure.
this a
Nanbanfoundation.org. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's nanbanfoundation.org. Is this a good portion to write?
Yes, Udaji.
Yes, okay. So when I say it's called, and you can, in India, we call it punji maybe, right? Where we save money. And I call this as a critical mass. When you retire, what needs to happen is this critical mass, if I need a $10,000, this critical mass has to keep generating $10,000 every month, or 10,000 rupees, or if our viewers are in India, 10,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees, right? Whatever you decide what you are going to need as an income that is coming. Now, the critical mass, the way you do is you have income. And keep in mind, it's all your responsibility. When Chinni Guru was talking about you, what are your responsibilities? This is you.
Yes.
You have to think, and this is the income, your income. And part of this income you need for family maintenance, you need for insurance, as Chinni Guru was saying. Then you need some fund money, then you need some savings, and then you need some college funds. And that college fund can go somewhere else, but this critical mass that is saved in 529 plans and life insurance that you can take. But this savings that you are doing, you are putting that in a critical mass every time you get paid. And what you are doing is you have to determine now, if you need 10,000, and I'm going backwards, right? If you need certain amount, $10,000, you have to say, if I have to generate $10,000, and if I'm going to get at a 10% returns, what is the critical mass I need, right? 10,000 per month is $120,000. per year, that means I need at least, if I need 10%, if I'm looking for 10% returns, that's $1.2 million, right? And so by the time you retire, you start making that should be your critical mass, right? And the critical mass, you are putting the savings in this account. And so this is the income that you are making. There has to be multiple sources of income. And that's again, as I said, as a family head or as a family, you have to work on income, and you have to have multiple sources of income, because right now I see as a COVID situation, and this seminar or this right now we are doing is for COVID people, for a COVID situation, people have only one source of income and their jobs are gone. Now they're in big trouble. They don't have any savings. They don't have any critical mass or anything. So you have to, it becomes your responsibility to educate yourself and learn strategies, learn finances, and say, okay, how can I earn extra income? And then once I save it, you are putting money into the critical mass, but then you also have to learn how to make this bigger and bigger. So what we do is, as a GK Foundation, GK Foundation comes two ways. When you are trying to get this 10% mass, that's where the GK Foundation comes in. It teaches you, if you put $10,000 here, we teach you how to make this 10,000 by next year into, just as an example person, 12,000 next year. 12,000 will become, then you are adding some savings, and then you are getting the consistent returns every year.
Okay.
And so this, your critical mass starts becoming bigger and bigger. And I'm telling you, once I learned these GK strategies and started increasing my critical mass, and now I know that this income that is coming from my critical mass, I can now retire, and now I can dedicate my life full time to the Nanban Foundation. In nearest future, I will be doing that. The reason I'm doing that is because I am educating myself. So you all viewers has to, is this a powerful? Is it simple? Is it something? What are your views on it?
Actually, explaining on the board on this wealth creation is really something amazing to us. The explanation providing and the source of the other incomes, we need to prioritize on that. We need to focus on that. Really, this explanation is really good for us, Uday garu, and thanks a lot for this. And Chinni garu, you already mentioned, there will be 360 degrees and 180 degrees and more on that. Can you please explain what is the 360 degrees and 180 degrees in this funds, in your funds?
Yeah. So that's the kind of whole about, right? So all these items that we talked about is in a kind of you combine all these things together will become a 360 degrees. So the 180, if you have a family, every coin has two sides, right? It's a similar way, a family has two sides too that you need to take care. One is the responsibilities and obligations, and the other thing is wealth building, wealth creation, building a legacy. So the first thing is first, right? You need to protect yourself. So that's one thing. Whatever, before you make a brand new money, it is very important for you to protect what you have, your children, your family, your money, and everything. That starts with the estate planning, will and trust. And then Udayji mentioned, when you're driving, you wear a seatbelt, right? That's a very good example. I like that. So similar way, that means you are a risk mitigating. That means you're risk mitigating with life insurance. Like we take a risk mitigation for auto insurance for cars and for homes, home insurance. For life, you need to have a risk mitigation. It's called life insurance. Okay, that's two, right? Then the third one is, because you have a children, you need to plan for their college education. That's one thing. And then second one is, you have a retirement, a long way to go, right? So that's for that you need to plan something. And when you're actually putting these small pockets, and then the other thing is, like what I'm talking about, you have obligation is that, the obligations are this one. You buy a house, it's not you're buying outright, right? You're buying with a 30-year mortgage. That means that's called obligation. It's not a responsibility. You bring it to yourself. It's an obligation for you. And you bought a Tesla, $65,000, $75,000. You didn't buy it outright, right? With a loan. That means it's an obligation. Tesla won't come easy. It's an obligation. So these are the things you need to list down first, that 180-degree side. Okay, so put all these things, put your baskets, everything. You protect your family, protect your with life insurance, you protect for your retirement, and you protect, have a plan for your medical expenses. Health insurance is only one thing. There's a long-term care concept. There's a disability income insurance. So these things, once you have this 180 degrees, Preethi, then that's where the Nanban Foundation comes into picture. Okay, I have all these things. What do I do? Where do I do? What pockets of a thing that I need to take to this side?
Chinni
So
garu, I think, yes, Chinni garu, sorry to interrupt you, but this is the time to end our show. But this 360-degree concept and 180-degree concept, it will not, it's more to explain and it's more to grab. A lot of details are there, and that too with free of cost, Chinni garu. So let's continue with this session tomorrow in the next episode. So thanks a lot for your valuable suggestions and feedback to our Sakshi viewers, including me too. And we will again continue our same questions and answers in our next show. Thanks to Udayji and also Chinni garu.
Thank you so much, Preethi.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Sakshi TV. It's absolutely awesome to be here. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Happy Vinayak Chavithi to all once again, and signing off, Sakshi TV, Preethi.